Okay, so we're in Michael's. Let's go find the styrofoam. There it is. So the first one I spot is the 1 inch thick. It is $8.99. And then a little further down, they have the nearly 2 inch thick, $14.99. And I think that's the one I'm going to get, despite the fact that it's a little pricier, because of course I have my coupon. So now I'm back home and out in the yard to do this next step. I've got my styrofoam laid out on some protective newspaper, and I'm going to lay out my pattern. And I'm going to bring it all the way down to the edge of the styrofoam and use some little rocks to keep it in place. While I take a pencil and draw around it. So I'm all done with my pattern tracing, and it's time to remove that. And as you can see, I've got my bunny all traced out onto the styrofoam. And now I'm going to use my spatula knife, which is kind of a dull frosting knife, very thin, goes through the styrofoam quite easily, as you can see. I'm going to use that to make several cuts and to trim out my bunny and get rid of the excess styrofoam. And don't forget your safety goggle before you start cutting or painting. Something I want to point out to you as I take my mask off. Now your yard bunny's going to have some rough edges, as you can see. That's very easily fixed by taking a piece of styrofoam that you cut away and using it as a file up against the edge. Let me show you. And as you can see the rough edge there. So you just need a really light touch to create this nice smooth edge. All cut out and nice and smooth on the edges. And the next step is going to be to put the pattern back on, so I can mark his face. Okay, I think we're all done. I've laid out my newspaper with my bunny on top, and I'm going to use Design Master paint because that does not eat through the styrofoam. And I'm going to protect my hands also with a rubber glove. And that doesn't look too bad, so as soon as it's dry, I'll flip it over and get the other side. And before I flip it over, I'm going to take this stick. It's just nothing more than a tomato or a vegetable steak. And I'm going to cut it in half and insert it into the bottom of the bunny. And that way he'll be able to stand up in a garden bed or a planter. First I marked a couple of holes in the bottom of the bunny. And I'm going to insert the stick. And it's nice if you can cut the end of the stick at a slant. It'll go into the styrofoam easier. And it's time to paint the other side. Now it's time to paint the face. So I got a little bit of acrylic paint. This is a nutmeg brown color. And I have a paintbrush, and I'm ready to go. So I just stuck my paintbrush into the bottle. No need to pour any out. It's such a small paint job. And I'm just filling in the eye. And then I'm going to move on to the nose. And there we go, all done. If you want to add an extra layer of fun, just use some spray adhesive all over the bunny and then add a little bit of stardust glitter, which is nothing more than iridescent glitter. And then you can just knock off the excess. And you'll have a very sugary outdoor yard bunny. Another touch you can add is to take a springy ribbon into a bow. Let me show you how that would look. So let's go see how cute he'd look in the yard. Because we gave him some nice little stick legs, he's very simple and easy to put into the ground, but I would recommend that you put your hand around the sticks to place him in the ground. So in 30 minutes you're going to have this really cute bunny to place in your yard for Easter. Doesn't he look adorable? And he would be just as cute in a planter. So enjoy the creativity and happy Easter from the Seasonal Home. And by the way, if you think one bunny looks cute, wait until you see several of them together.